Norwegian Rhubarb pudding, Mummi style. And I promise that I'll put the recipe in the description so you don't worry. First thing you're going to do is you're going to cut 6 cups of rhubarb. First thing you have to do with rhubarb is peel off the tough, chewy skin. This does take some time. I used a turning knife. It worked the best for me. And then I just cut it into small slices, all uniform, so it will cook and boil down. Just some shots of me cutting it up. I'd say it's a rough dice. Just throw it in a pot and collect the rest of your ingredients. Add 1 3/4 cups of water, half a cup of white sugar. This is a local maple syrup from Englehart, and it is hands down the best. I used half a cup of maple syrup as well. And add half a tablespoon of vanilla extract. You're going to need some lemon zest. This is a cheese grater, so it did not work out the best, but I did get just a little bit, but I did have to cross cut it with my knife to make it into smaller pieces, and then I threw it in the pot. Now once we have all the ingredients together, I then threw it on the stove. And then you bring this to a slow rolling boil. I did make one mistake. I boiled this down a little bit and then I added the strawberries, where I could have added the strawberries right at the beginning and boil it all together to make it quicker, because the strawberries are frozen, so it takes the temperature in the pot down real low. And what you're really doing here is you're just looking to break down the fiber in both of these fruits. Jam consistency if you would continue to keep boiling this down. Just some nice shots of it just rolling boil and occasionally stirring so that the sugar doesn't burn on the bottom. Now this is a trick that most line cooks use, is when something starts to overboil, we just lift it off the source of the heat. Instead of trying to fumble and turn down the stove, you just lift it up off the heat, let it cool down, the boil will roll back down, and then you can put it back on the heat. Now the final stage of this is tapioca starch. I really like tapioca starch. I replaced cornstarch with tapioca starch in every single recipe that I do. It acts exact same and is flavorless, really. And if you think about it, tapioca balls from bubble tea, it's pretty delicious. Stir this in. You'll notice it will get pretty thick as soon as you add in. It kind of makes it murky, me just rinsing out the rest of it. And then I just stirred as the heat was on medium low, and I just waited till it thickened up. Now you just let this chill, or you can eat it warm. You can whip up some whipping cream, 35%, add a little sugar, you got whipped cream put on top. This is Mummi special. I had it not too long ago. Consistency is a little gooey and weird, but it actually is delicious. And enjoy. And don't forget to grab yourself a copy of Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods. It is a traditional cookbook that has been rewritten without the bad foods, especially gluten and no oil. It is 300 pages jammed with recipes and a great textbook to follow. And don't forget to check us out on Notice Foods on Instagram, where we have tons of content. You can ask us any questions and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you.